Today, guys, on Beer Geek Nation, we are looking at the latest release of Stone's Double Bastard, coming in at 11.2% alcohol by volume. It's an American strong ale. It's basically Double Bastard on crack. They basically brewed an imperialized version of Double Bastard. You know, Stone really has three big beers that a lot of people discover them by: Stone Ruination, Arrogant Bastard, and of course, Double Bastard. This is a beer I like to get every year, put a couple bottles in the cellar. It sellers out really, really nicely. It's just a big, hoppy, malty, one-of-a-kind beer. Really different take on the American strong ale style. One of the beers that started that style. So let me get into a glass so you guys know how it smells, tastes, and give you the final verdict on the Stone Double Bastard 2013. All right, guys, so the aroma, the Double Bastard. Yeah, huge malt, big raisin, caramel, toffee, orange, slight grapefruit, slight pininess, a little bit of an astringency in there, but just big, sweet malts. All right, guys, so the taste on the Double Bastard. Cheers. Yeah, this is a killer beer. Right at the front of the tongue, just huge. It's an insulting slap of bitterness. Orange marmalade, orange juice, some mandarin orange flavor in there, a little bit of grapefruit, just massive, massive hop bitterness right at the front, followed immediately by the malt. The malt just starts to take over, kind of cut into some of that bitterness. You get big caramel, big toffee, big kind of sweet, chewy, bready notes in there. There's almost like a leathery, tobacco-y type of flavor in there as well. And the hops just keep pushing. More grapefruit, orange, 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 orange. A very orange-forward beer. And those hops just cut through that malt. Really sweet aftertaste. In the aftertaste, I'm getting more of that hoppiness or resinous kind of flavor to it. More caramel, more toffee. You know, this beer really, side by side with like an American style barley wine, I think you'd be hard pressed to kind of tell the difference. You know, this versus their Old Guardian. I think Old Guardian, the hop profile is definitely different. This has more of a spiciness, more of an orange kind of flavor to it. But the malt bill are very similar in texture. Just a crazy, crazy big beer. All right, guys, so the final verdict on the Stone Double Bastard 2013, 11.2% available now. Guys, I gotta give this one an A. You know, this is one of my favorites just for one of the simplest reasons. It's just a big, mean, angry beer. You know, it's called Double Bastard, and it holds up to that name. It's malty, it's super aggressive, it's got some heat from the alcohol. It's just everything a beer called Double Bastard should be. You know, you can make the argument that Stone's Arrogant Bastard doesn't live up to some of the standards that some of these crazy beers come out. No matter how good Arrogant Bastard is, it's always going to be a staple. I think Double Bastard kind of steps in and kind of defends Arrogant Bastard a little as far as like the gigantic kind of in-your-face beer. This one lives up to the name absolutely, and it's a great beer. If you've never had it, be prepared though. It is a big beer, and then, like I said, buy a couple of extras. They sell her out really nicely. This thing's really, really hoppy right now. So in the next year or so, they really kind of mellow out and become more of a barley wine. So with that said, getting an A for me, and remember folks, life's too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.